Do you think farmers today have enough access to information?
Not really.
Because in our conversations, I sort of feel like you believe that there's an approach to farming that we're fed and it's really simplified and not the full story.
No, it's not at all. There's a total division right through all of farming for certain purposes. And if you go to the university and if you're looking at what we've done over time, you've got to talk to geologists, you've got to talk to animal health people, you've got to talk to microbiologists, you've got to talk to soil people, you've got to talk to... So if you really want to solve a problem, you might have 7 or 8 different aspects talking about the issue. And that's the water quality in this part here. And none of them function without each other. They can't do it. But they don't. They silo themselves off so that one gets a particular amount of funding. And I remember, talking to a guy on a flight down to Christchurch, and he invited us across to Hamilton, and he was a water scientist. And we were talking about this stuff and how it works and that. And he says, "Do you know what your problem is?" I said, "Got no idea." He says, "You cover too many bases." And
so shouldn't a farmer have all of those bases covered, because they are their own petri dish of experimentation in every field, right?
Totally. And they should have tools of people that can actually help them get a water test. Or, look, I don't know that, but I'll ring up old so-and-so and get him over here and ask him what the effect of that is.
Yeah.
And some of the greatest learning I've had from the soil side of things is actually from geologists. They understand a lot more about the magnetic fields of the earth and a whole lot of other stuff than a soil scientist. They've got a way better grasp on things.
That's fascinating, actually.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. It's just siloed into certain aspects, and it's a damn shame. And so, I've been through the middle of it, and I'm still going, and I'm quite happy to actually tell people how this really works and where it comes from, and stay completely open to. I don't care where the information comes from. If we need it, let it come.
So I get that it's important to question authority. I'm hearing that, but is there a time when the authority's right?
Haven't seen it.
Really? Okay.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'd love to be proven wrong, but I haven't seen it.
But there must be, I mean, even your authority on some things, right? Because you've got a great deal of experience with the soil testing and the understanding of the missing nutrients and things that go on. So, I would trust you if you gave me advice on something that was important like that.
Well, well, let's put it this way. Okay, from when I first started doing experiments on Farm on Woodland Road in Waihi and started looking at and discovering things, I dealt with a guy from Meat and Lamb in Wellington, and I spoke to them so many times. He became the chief executive. He's now the head of Osprey. And there was there was 3 or 4 people there that I was talking to all the time. Not one of them ever came to the farm. I managed to drag a couple of the people that were on the board, some farmers at the time, and they loved what we did, but it was confounding to them. And so it never went any further. And it was like, how do you learn if you don't change things? How do you make changes if you're not actually willing to go, well, this is actually worth a look at. It's a bit left field, or he's got a basis, but there's no need for them to. They still pick their pay packet up at the end of the day. We don't. We pick up the pain.
Yeah, they can carry on.
And they do. And they charge us for it too. I hear plenty of people complaining about Dairy New Zealand because they get so much money off each farm and they're supposed to do research for them. I know damn well it's the same with the organics. They haven't done 1 ounce of research for the organic dairy farmers, and they want them to hand over all their results and all this other stuff, and they just look at them and go, why would you do that? You take our money and don't do anything for us.
Wow.
And if you have that sort of a process where people can take money and there's no responsibility, you don't get progress.
True. Okay, so coming up towards the end of this chapter, dreaming of a new life, what finally pushed you to start looking for a new block of land?
I think it was one very, very hot, sunny summer day about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was walking the cows to the cowshed, and I made a decision on the spot at that stage. And I'm going, I'm not going to milk you guys tonight. This is killing you guys. And I went,
Wow.
they didn't want to go to the cow shed. And I actually managed to run around in front of them and just drop the wire and let them walk straight to their paddock
Right.
instead of going to the cows. And at the time, I think my mother got quite uptight. It was like, bloody Shermock, you can't just not milk the cows. And go, well, I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have worked. It was just that hot, and they were just, I was just milking cows for the sake of milking cows, not for production or anything else. And it was about 2 weeks later, it rained, and we had a lovely season. And in the end, and I didn't put them back on twice a day, and we did really well from the whole process. But what it came from was going, why would I want to milk twice a day? Oh, I'm at the behest of somebody else. I was actually at the behest of just my mother, because that's what other people do. You got to milk twice a day. You got to make the money. And it was quite simple to say, well, actually, Mum, I got the paddocks ploughed and I got the drains done and all the other stuff a hell of a lot quicker and better, and the farm's a lot better for you for not having to work, but I wasn't in control of that. I was going to get forced back to milking twice a day again, and I just this isn't me.
What did you look for in the qualities of a fresh new life?
Look, I went down, we were just down in Reparo at some friends, and we went and had a look at this place. It was just going to see some friends or whatever, and I went, shit. And they said, they were thinking about selling, and I thought, bloody hell, this would be a bit up my street. And anyway, nothing came of it. And I just was talking to a couple of people and my father-in-law at the time, and I said, well, look, I'm sort of looking about getting out. And he, well, go and start looking.